Well done, lads. You pulled off a great performance today. Getting into the top 5 of this stage is a good result. We take the polka dot jersey. Great work, guys.
Hello there folks, it is TIJ Gaming and welcome back to the Tour de France 2020 playthrough with Team Ineos that are finally licensed in the game. Way! We finally got that update, that the patch, after a few days of the game being out. It is the 10th of June as I record this, and the patch has just come out to make Team Ineos finally a licensed team. But before we get into stage number 13, let's reflect on what was a great stage in stage number 12, particularly for Michał Kwiatkowski, who took the polka dot jersey. Now, the only unfortunate bit about the stage was that Geraint Thomas lost 29 seconds to Roglic and Fuglsang, but the team seemed fairly happy with that. We just blew up at the end. We consumed our feed a little bit too early, but nevertheless, it was pretty good. Kwiatkowski in 4th, Geraint Thomas 11th, Bernal 18th. All of our guys competitive, apart from Jonathan Cacho-Viejo. In terms of the best climber classification, Kwiatkowski took 12 points compared to the previous leader against 2 points, so we take the lead of the polka dot jersey. Kwiatkowski got 36 points for the points classification. Bear in mind, it is a man who didn't even get any points today who leads that classification, Sagan, so he made up 36 points on the leader. Young riders, not really bothered about that. Team classification just behind Team Sunweb there, and De Gent and Kwiatkowski lead the compatibility classification from that stage. But as always, let's have a look at the classifications after the stage. The cumulative classifications, that's the word to use. Well, Geraint Thomas is still in 3rd, lost a little bit of time to Fuglsang and Roglic. Hopefully we're looking to make a little bit of time back up on those two today, but it'll be tough. Kwiatkowski's moved to top 7. He is now our 2nd rider. Carapaz moves down 1 place to number 8, but Bernal is in 9th place. A real credit to the team so far that we've got 4 guys in the top 9. We have took the polka dot jersey though, and we're 9 points ahead of De Gent. You have to say that it's only a 2-man race really for that polka dot jersey, and hopefully we should be in it to win it with Kwiatkowski. Points classification, Kwiatkowski's also moved up 2 places to 2nd, and he's only 32 points behind Sagan now. We've just got to watch out for him in those flat stages really, because he's somebody who does very well at the sprints at the end of those stages. Young rider classification, Bernal's in 2nd. Team classification, we lead by a long way, and compatibility, Kwiatkowski is in 2nd. I'll tell you what, that man is doing very well. But we've taken a leader's jersey, so we get a +1 there. We didn't lose any time on the favourites. Well, we lost a little bit of time, 29 seconds, but the sports director is still happy with that. So a good stage all round, and hopefully stage number 13 can be very similar. Let's go.
It'll be a very demanding day for everyone. Several mountain passes and a summit finish await you. This is a key stage for the general classification. You will have to be there on the final climb if we are to do well. I'm not too worried. I think we're able to win the stage, outdistancing the other favourites. Have a good day, guys. Come on, we're aiming for victory.
Hello and welcome to all. The Massif Central may not have the highest summits, but this stage represents a serious test for the contenders for final victory. With roads that go up and down all day, for a total of more than 4,400 metres of vertical gain, and the final 3 kilometres on a slope that averages out at over 11%, nobody can afford an off day. Otherwise, it's goodbye to the GC.
Look at him, Kwiatkowski at the front with that polka dot jersey. Oh, great. Right. Today, it's a big stage for the general classification. Bernal and Thomas are both expected to get on the podium. Carapaz in the top 5, and the objective for Kwiatkowski is to retain that jersey. Now, we're going to go into the breakaway of Kwiatkowski because, as you can see, there are some big climbs to take some points from. We're not really bothered about the general classification with him. We're also going to tell Carapaz to follow attacks, so I want him in the breakaway today just to mix it up a bit. But for the moment, I think everybody else is okay. Who is Cacho-Viejo protecting? He can protect Geraint Thomas, please, rather than Egan Bernal, but right, let's go with the breakaway. This looks okay so far. We're gapping the peloton. We've got a good gap to the peloton already. Just over 60 seconds. It looks like Carapaz couldn't really get an attack in, so he gets back into the peloton. But nobody really outstanding for any classification here. No, not really. So, we're absolutely fine. De Gent's not in this, so... Alright, Bilbao. Don't tell me to go in front, you cheeky git. So there's some guys attacking inside the peloton. But this should be an interesting stage. A few early climbs, just need to make sure we can cool down a little bit now with Kwiatkowski. But we are the best puncher in this group, so it'll be a big chance to take some good points in the climbs day. And if we can take points, particularly in these first 3 climbs, then we haven't really got to worry too much about climbs in a few stages' time. Because ultimately, we'll take such a good lead that we won't have to worry too much. I mean, De Gent's not even in this breakaway. 10 points for the first class climb. Another 5 points, I think, for second class. So there's a potential of 20 points here. Remember, we're still 9 points ahead. So we could open up a massive lead to De Gent in second in that classification. Again, Carapaz trying to follow attacks, which is good to see. And everyone's riding okay. So how long have we got till the first mountain sprint? So we've got 25.3 kilometres to that first sprint. Would you look at this? Luckily, those guys have started to go away now. That 27. There was a breakaway of 39 riders at one point. Christ almighty. But that group has gone down to 12. Don't think there's anyone here who's really bothered about that polka dot jersey. Potentially Benut, he's a good climber. So we're tailing him with Kwiatkowski. 10 points available at the top of this climb. 5 minutes from the yellow jersey we are. So it's promising signs. But just look at Kwiatkowski in that yellow, I was going to say yellow jersey then, in that polka dot jersey. It looks really smart. Looks really good. I mean, 39 in this breakaway. I don't know whether to just put the accelerator on a bit and try and gap a lot of these, tire them out before we get to the top of the climb. Don't know if it's a gamble to take. Because we don't want 39 people going for this. That would be ridiculous. We don't want to tire ourselves out. We're not overexerting ourselves. We're just trying to get rid of some of the weaker punchers in the group, which seems to have happened. 30 of those guys have now gone away. Obviously, we need to keep some energy for the actual climb. Okay, that's good. I'm happy with that. So we've got a 25-second gap to the 30 behind, so it's worked. It's not going to be too overcrowded, this climb. 10 points available. Really big for Kwiatkowski, particularly because De Gent is not in this breakaway. Apparently Maz is the best climber. Well, he hasn't got any points so far to show for it. We'll consume a little bit of our feed, just a tad of it. Not the best place to be at the front here, but we all know that Kwiatkowski is a good climber. But if we don't get 10 points, it's not the end of the world. Right, they've started to go for it. Might have been a bit late to the party there, perhaps. Don't want to burn our energy out too quickly. I don't think we're going to get to the top without burning out our energy. Come on, Kwiatkowski. I don't think we're going to get the 10 points. We might do. Come on, son. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. 10 points. Unbelievable, to be honest, there. Right, we need to get some energy back coming down this climb. We used a lot of our energy there. Obviously, we can get it back by using the aerodynamic position. And great to see that the majority of this breakaway is now on its way back to the peloton. I mean, the peloton's a massive way behind. But nobody here who challenges the general classification. Apart from Kwiatkowski, you have to say, if this is a stage where this breakaway wins by a mile, you have to say that there's a potential that Kwiatkowski could really put himself in contention for being our main rider. Who knows? But I don't think that will happen. But he's doing that well at the moment, and the breakaway seems to be winning the stages, that he's doing brilliantly. But I don't know where the next climb is. Where's the next climb? 23 kilometres away. Okay, cool. I'll see you guys when we get there. Another 5 points available then on this climb. I mean, it's just crazy how many are in this breakaway. It's stupid, to be honest. 38. And I don't know what the plan is today. I mean, the peloton's a long way back. I don't know if we've made a mistake. I don't know. But there's nobody in this breakaway who's potentially going to get the lead. But, I mean, look at the lead Kwiatkowski has got. I mean, if it stays like this, he will take the lead of the general classification. That'd be a turn up for the books, wouldn't it? Goodness me. What jersey would he wear then? Yellow on one side, polka dot on the other. And he's in for the points classification as well. Goodness me. A jack of all trades, a master of all trades. I mean, look at this group. It's absolutely crazy. I don't think we're going to risk what we did before, because ultimately what happened before was that we actually nearly ran out of energy. So we don't want to do that. It'd be great to get another 5 points. We've got the big 10. We already had, I think, our 9 points gap on De Gent. That gap is just increasing. But seeing as we're here at the front, we might as well attack and go for it. You can see we can get our energy back coming back down the climb. And, well, what a climber Kwiatkowski has turned out to be in this Tour de France. Absolutely outstanding. Just over 2 kilometres though to the summit. Everyone's still keeping up fairly well, but I don't think all of them will go for this. As you can see visibly from the screen, the climb gets a lot steeper now. Just got to work at this and keep our focus. Take a little bit of blue feed, it's not going to hurt. Just a little bit of that. Keep it going. Can afford to slow down a little here. No one's really attacking, so we'll just overexert ourselves. Great to see the Belgian flag. Not that we're Belgian. Right, a kilometre to go till the summit. This is getting really steep now.
You should perhaps be waiting for the group behind.
Okay, let's go. We just wait for them to... Oh my god, they're all going for this, aren't they? Look at this. Righto. Well, we might run out of energy again. Let's just take it slow. We've got a bit of a gap. Come on, Kwiatkowski. And over the line we come. Another 5 points. He is the man. The man, the myth, the legend, Kwiatkowski. Right, let's try and get our energy back. Another 5 points in that climbing standings. Nobody is touching us at the moment. Another climb to go. And then I think we might potentially just start to slow down a little bit, because I'm not too bothered about those third-class climbs. The sprint's going to be a good opportunity, potentially if Sagan's not in this breakaway. But he might be knackered after this stage, Kwiatkowski. But luckily, the next stage is a flat stage, so we can just chill with him in the next stage, which is absolutely fine. But again, I'll see you guys in the next climb. But this has been a great stage so far. Really good stuff. This is just staggering. A 20-minute gap now to the peloton. Quite unbelievable. We're going to consume most of our feed coming up here now. Why not? Because we've got a refill after this climb. But a 20-minute gap to the peloton. Don't know if it's going to blow up in our face, though, because this is a tough stage. And then blow up in Kwiatkowski's face. To be honest, his concern isn't the general classification. If you can pick up 20 points from those first 3 climbs, you can finish back in the peloton for all I care. Be great to win the stage, obviously, but I can't see. But with a gap like that, I really can't see the peloton bringing it back at this stage. So this could be massive for the general classification. I mean, there's nobody here, I mean, apart from the anybody who might be below the top 10 who's sneaking into this. I don't think I can see anyone who's really too competitive. I mean, I'm just surprised this breakaway stayed so large, particularly after 2 are now turned into 3 tough climbs. Really good stuff for all of these riders to stay in there. But, you know, the yellow jersey holder, the green jersey holder, the young rider, so we know that Roglic, Fuglsang, Sagan, Evenepoel, they're all in that peloton, so I don't think we've missed a trick particularly. Right, let's start to accelerate a little bit more. I don't know if any of De Gent's teammates are here trying to take any points off us, but they are. It definitely isn't working. Not the highest of climbs this time, so should be okay. If we can take another 5 points here, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Come on, Kwiatkowski. Just so easy, isn't it? Gently does it. Got a 12-second gap now. Wow, look at that gap. Easy as you like. Another 5 points.
Enough of a points lead for the polka dot jersey. There's no way we can lose it today. Keep it up.
Well, next up it's the sprint, and hopefully we can win that. Kwiatkowski's having a brilliant stage, and it's just outstanding stuff. We might as well consume all of our feed. Again, we've got a refill at the bottom here. And then we'll go back to everybody else and consume their feed. But this is looking great so far. I mean, the peloton's got to be a few kilometres away at the moment. At least about 4 or 5 kilometres. So coming up to the intermediate sprint then. 20 points available here. We've just picked up our new feed, which is great. But again, with Kwiatkowski, we're here. So we might as well try and take some points. 20 points available for the green jersey. Remember, we are second in that classification as well. And I don't think Sagan's up here, so we've got a great chance. Not exactly the best place to be, really, at the front. This was what these guys were going for, I think, behind. Not the mountains, necessarily, but a chance to be in with that sprint. And with that many up there, that not everybody's going to score points. Only the first 15 to somebody is going to be disappointed. Let's go. Have we got this under control? Looks like we've got a good gap. There's somebody behind, right behind. Oh, he's going for it. We're not quite going to get top, I don't think, here, or are we? Oh, man. Kwiatkowski is the man. He is the man. 20 points in the intermediate sprint. If there is such thing as a man of the match of a Tour de France stage. There's nobody else. Nobody else has took first in any classification yet. In terms of any climbs, any points. Kwiatkowski has been first all the way. And the crowd love him. So, another climb to come up next. It's looking good for us. Really is. I mean, look at that gap back to the peloton. Things could well change. There's a few tough climbs coming up later, but joking, I think I'm starting to exaggerate a little, but Kwiatkowski could just potentially take the lead of the general classification. I mean, what a turnaround that would be. Wow. Okay then. Well, we're looking for the perfect stage. Another 2 points available here. Every little helps. I wouldn't go for this, but we've still got plenty of energy. All of those downhills are really helping us just to recover. Oh, thank you, Poles, for just pushing us out of the way. There was no need for that. 2.5 kilometres to go. Only 2 points available for this climb, but as I've said before, every little helps. If we've got no chance, then we will... Well, apparently... Oh, well. We should be able to carry ourselves to the end, apparently. That would be... well, that'd be special. It really would. Wow. Because... I mean, Kwiatkowski, how far is he behind? He's 12 minutes behind, so the peloton's got a half the gap just for that man not to take first. This is going to be a crazy stage. Imagine if Kwiatkowski takes top of the general classification. That would be a turn up for the book. I wonder what odds you would get on that. So 1.5 kilometres away. 38 men in this breakaway. I mean, it never works, but just look at the gap we've got. Well, we're back at the front again. 7.3 on this climb, so a little bit steeper than the last. Don't want to use any of our feed just yet. We've got 2 tough climbs coming up, so you need to utilise that for when we need it. Can we make it? 4 out of 4. Okay, they're coming behind. But it's a steep climb, this. Come on, Kwiatkowski. Can we make it a clean sweep? Oh, man. Oh, man. He's just the man, isn't he? Another 2 points. Remember, second place man. I mean, De Gent surely can't be second now. Well, he's got to be, hasn't he? That's a good point. There's only 2 men in this climbing classification. If you remember from the standings earlier, we were about, what, about 50 points ahead of anybody else. We're going to tell them to ride hard in the peloton, set a high tempo. Very interesting, but 3 more climbs to go. Kwiatkowski has got a serious chance, I really think he has now, of potentially leading, well, 3 classifications by the end of this race. That'd be bonkers. So I was just keeping an eye on the guys in actually the second highest group now. The front group is the peloton. It's quite unbelievable, really. We are starting to make some time. What we decided to do is ride hard, and it has worked because the group has split up. I don't think there's anybody big who's fallen back. Castro Vieja has fallen back. We've come to expect that now. I don't think anybody big has fallen back. No, all of the sort of guys in the lower ends of the hundreds, but the 5 of us are doing okay. Just going to keep our eye on us. But with Kwiatkowski, we've got another climb coming up. There's 3 climbs left today. There's this 3rd class climb, 2 points available again. And then there's 5 points available for that 2nd class climb, but there is a time bonus as well, so we'll be going for that just to avoid our opponents getting it. And at the end of the race, we've got a 1st class climb. Remember now, this is the peloton. Quite unbelievable, really. I wish that somebody like Carapaz would have been able to be in this group. I mean, in hindsight, you would have put everybody in this group, wouldn't you? But hindsight is a wonderful, wonderful thing. It's quite a steep climb here, though, but at the summit, it's only 6.5%, so not one of the steepest ones we've done today.
if we want to strengthen our position as leader.
Make your mind up. I thought you said we'd scored more than enough points today. We have, but I mean, to be honest, another 2 points won't hurt. We've got the measure of everybody in this group, I think. We have done so far. Nothing to prove here if we don't, but it'd be a great story if we did. Go just at the right time. About 0.7 kilometres away has been the right time. Remember, this gets easier as we get to the summit, so this is where we're really going to have to work hard. And then we can just relax a little bit now. Come on, Kwiatkowski. Tell you what, he's just the man, isn't he? He's the man. Led every single time today. Every single time. Maximum points so far. And we just come down now, this summit, regain our confidence. The peloton is starting to gain time again, but no surprise, because obviously the peloton is... it's not, well, it is the peloton now, because we've gapped the rest of everybody else. But the peloton is starting to gain a little bit of time, because obviously we've just been up that hill. We will use some of the aerodynamic procedures with everybody else coming back down the summit, just to make sure we can regain our energy for the peloton, because I feel like the riders like Roglic and Fuglsang have something up their sleeve. But 2 climbs to go and 30 kilometres to go for the leader. It's certain that we're not going to be caught now. And Kwiatkowski, only 12 minutes away from the head of the classification. We could be looking at our next stage at Kwiatkowski as the head rider. Quite an unbelievable stage. Well, this is a really tricky climb. You will see, I think a lot of guys start to fall off from this group now, because this is the trickiest climb of the day. I mean, Kwiatkowski is struggling a little bit. He's kind of in the mid group here. But we don't really need the points. We don't need to overexert ourselves too much. We've told the peloton to ride hard. But once we start getting up this climb, we're just going to tell it to cool down a little bit. No point exerting all our energy. Again, there's no benefit for the peloton. Going to consume some of our feed with Kwiatkowski.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Where are they? Okay, let's get caught up to them. Don't think we've got enough blue gel, to be honest, blue energy to get to the top of this without flailing.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
I'm just being greedy now by trying to take this. Right, let's cool down a little bit. We've got up to them. This is a really tricky climb. It might just be worth not going for this, not exerting ourselves too much. But I'm greedy. I think we're going to struggle to make this the 5 out of 5 here. Don't want to use all of our blue gel. We're getting close to it. Just top ourselves up. As you can see, only 2 of us now here. Right, let's just get our blue energy back. Wow, look at that. I don't think Vellens is too bothered about it. So just keep it cool, and we'll get over the line nice and easy here. Starting to gain some time, but I won't worry about that. Over the line in first, absolutely beautiful. And hopefully we'll get a reprieve now where we can get our blue energy back. Just check everyone is okay in the peloton. Yeah. Dennis has started to fall back. We'll just get on Dennis, try and get back into that group. Could certainly be useful. Use some more of our blue gel with Dennis. Don't know why he's fell back. Just use some of our energy now and get back in that group. Might be a struggle, but hopefully we can do it. Come on, Dennis. We're not letting you tail off now. We might well have to, though. Yeah, he's lost all of his blue gel. He's going to blow up here. Yeah, okay.
You seem to be running on empty. Lift your foot if you don't want to
Well,
blow
I
up.
think we're just going to have to sacrifice Dennis. Yeah. Bernal, need to keep an eye on. Thomas, Carapaz, Froome are all fine. Can probably afford to consume a little bit of our feed here. With Bernal. Same with Chris Froome. But what we've learned, we don't want to consume it too early. As we saw in the last stage. Right, okay, those guys look fine. Going to be an interesting finish here, but let's see if we can win the stage with Kwiatkowski. As I said, this could be a massive day at the front of the general classification. I forgot just how close we were. I mean, the peloton's that far behind that you forget how many kilometres they are back. Well, Kwiatkowski has took every single climb today. He's took the sprint. If he takes the stage as well, I mean, man, yeah. Yeah, we're going to work with Benoot, if we can. We'll take the lead for now. This would be absolutely incredible. Hopefully we'll get a word in our ear if there's any problem with the guys behind, but our main focus at the moment is Kwiatkowski. If I'm right, I mean, he's 12 minutes behind the classification. As you can see, the gap to the yellow jersey is 17 minutes. We haven't really got to exactly ride hard here. There's 5 of us in this group. There's 6 now. There's 9 coming up. It's not all about winning the stage here. But wow, I mean, what a stage this has been for us all, for Kwiatkowski in particular. Fuglsang's been left behind. That's great to hear. But so is Bernal, to be honest. We'll get him to consume that blue gel. To be fair, we can work with our opponents now. Just stick to the wheels in front. So is Bernal in that? Yes, Fuglsang is in that group. As I said, it's going to be a big day. But hopefully we'll hear any developments as they come. But really good to see that Fuglsang's been left behind. But this man, Kwiatkowski, as it stands, I don't know about anybody else, but I haven't seen any other big names in that, what was the breakaway at the start of the race. But goodness me, what a turn up for the book this could be. He could be the leader of the general classification come the end of the race. Quite unbelievable. 3 kilometres to go. We're just taking it nice and easy, because as you can see, this gets pretty sharp pretty quick. And we'll consume all of our feed as we start to go up that hill. Consume all the pink stuff now. I mean, Benoot's going for it. Not worried about him. Again, it'd be brilliant to win the stage. It'd be fantastic, but the time gap we've got is the biggest thing we've got. We don't want to overexert ourselves particularly. I am greedy. I'd love to go for the stage win, but there's just no point. Really isn't. We've done so well to get here. We might lose a little bit of time on the peloton, possibly. We'll just tag behind Wellens for the moment, try and get some energy back. So Benoot's going to win the stage. Well, brilliant. Well, to be fair, he's in 20th, so he could be a possibility as well. He's good for the points category as well. So we'll try and get the 17 points for second. We're not going to go for first because we can't catch up now. But what a stage it's been for Kwiatkowski. He's not going to take the stage win. But as I've said before, he is definitely the man of the match. Absolutely outstanding stuff. We need to watch. We're losing all of our blue energy pretty quickly with Kwiatkowski here. Again, I'm not worried. Really not worried. We can afford to finish a little bit behind the leader. But let's just start to go now. As you can see, there's some guys that are starting to struggle. And nobody else is really too bothered. There's a few that are starting to flail now. Look at Benoot. He's starting to struggle a little. I don't think we can... I mean, just look at how steep this is. But Benoot is really starting to struggle. Look at this. Whew. This is about the least... This is about the slowest but most dramatic half a kilometre of a stage I've ever seen. Half a kilometre to go. We've got absolutely no blue energy left. Look at everybody. They're completely knackered. Sod it. Come on. We're going to blow up. But that shouldn't be much of a problem. We've got a 14-second gap. Come on, Kwiatkowski. Come on. Come on. Come on. 23-second gap to those behind. Ladies and gentlemen, taking the stage, the sprints, absolutely everything on offer. The winner of the stage, Mikhail Kwiatkowski. What a man. What a legend. Unbelievable. Right, let's tell everyone to consume the red gel. Oh, we've accidentally told those guys to consume the blue gel. It won't hurt. But we should be good here. We've got some good energy. We can potentially attack at the end. Try and fool the likes of Fuglsang. In fact, we will tell Bernal to follow attacks. We will tell all of them to follow attacks, to be honest. And we'll control Geraint Thomas at the end of the race. What a stage win, though, for Kwiatkowski. Wins the stage by 22 seconds. We won't gain much time on the leaders. I think Fuglsang is obviously back in the race now, but we'll have to see at the end. But I think we've got a new leader in the general classification. I really do. We'll consume the rest of our feed as we start to go up this little mountain here. But every second we can gain on the guys in front, the better. We've obviously got a whole blue feed to consume. We'll just get back to this group. Right, there we go. Just 13 in this group now. A few starting to drop back. The 4 of us still in it, though, which is good to see. Righto, there's Fuglsang. Let's just tail him for now. Roglic's there as well. Oh, I didn't realise Bernal had consumed everything. Right, Carapaz, consume your red gel. Same for you, Chris. And we'll consume our blue with Geraint. They are starting to attack, though, so... But as we saw before, it could all be a bluff. Come on, Geraint. As you can see, Froome, Bernal, Carapaz all up there. They're going to start to struggle, I think, though, now. Come on, Geraint Thomas. Could make a few seconds up on these guys, particularly if they start to blow up. Froome is starting to struggle. Okay, we'll just cool down a little bit now. Carapaz is up there. We'll follow him. We've got a good amount of energy. Just about. Right, come on. Really tough this last climb is now. Come on, Geraint. Got nothing to lose. Just look at how tough this is, though. Okay, let's go. Come on, Geraint. We're going to blow up before the top, I know it, but we should be able to still gain some time on these guys. Hopefully. There's Geraint. 22 seconds. Get in! Come on! Big day for Geraint as well. Did really well at the top of that climb. Brilliant. But now we will focus on him. Try and get him to the end as well. Oh, he has blown up before the top. Not really surprised. But wow, what a stage that was. We finished 27 seconds in front of Roglic. 50 seconds in front of Fuglsang. I mean, we've got to have a new yellow jersey holder in Mikhail Kwiatkowski. What a story this is. What a story this is for the Tour de France. What a huge stage. Massive. Wow, wow, wow. We'll let Dennis and Castroviaggio finish for themselves. But what a stage that was. I didn't think that breakaway would work, but my God, it did. And plus the fact we did really well with Geraint Thomas. We beat the two guys that we've been focusing on. That is our best stage yet. And the times don't lie. The general classification is about to be completely rocked by one man, Mikhail Kwiatkowski. Let's see. Let's see who leads the classifications. This is going to be mad. Wow, wow, wow. Goodness me. Crazy. Right, here we go. I'm really looking forward to this. What a stage. What a curveball. Who would have predicted this? So the stage winner. He took everything. Every sprint, every climb, including the last one. Mikhail Kwiatkowski. What a man. He wins the stage. Absolutely unbelievable. So who leads the general classification? No way. No way. Unbelievable. The gap was 12.5 minutes before this stage. Mikhail Kwiatkowski, from 12.5 minutes behind, leads the general classification. No. He also leads the points classification. No way. So, to recap. Mikhail Kwiatkowski, stage winner. Yellow jersey. Green jersey. Which one does he wear? Next up, Mikhail Kwiatkowski. He's got the polka dot jersey. This. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank God we were in that breakaway. This just turns the Tour de France on its head. Fuchs, Lang, Roglic, even Geraint Thomas have got to be feeling pretty peeved off. Goodness me. Thank God somebody else. Young rider, it's got to be Evenepoel in the young riders classification. Goodness me. Wow, let's see what the team director thinks of that stage. If he was impressed before, surely he's got to be impressed now.
Well done, lads. Congratulations to you. We were the pre-race favourites, and you lived up to the role with brio. Well done for this win. We take the yellow jersey. It's a perfect day.
Is that all we get? Oh, it's a perfect day. Fair enough. Well, just look at that. We won the stage by 22 seconds, but look at the gap back to the peloton. The main guys. Kwiatkowski takes the stage win. Geraint Thomas beats his rivals. Beats Roglic by 27 seconds. Beats Fuchs Lang by 50 seconds. I mean, Carapaz is up there. Bernal too. I mean, Froome did well. Dennis not bad either. Goodness me, what a stage. This is going to throw everything on its head. Really excited to see the general standings after that. 39 points for Kwiatkowski. He completely controlled the stage. Only 9 points of Benoot behind. Points classification, 40 points for Kwiatkowski. Sagan, of course, took none. We're going to take a battering in the next stage, though, in the flat stage. Young rider of that stage, Bernal 6th, not too bothered. Team classification, we weren't even in the top 11, I don't care. And obviously compatibility, Kwiatkowski first. Right, who's ready to see the cumulative standings? Wow. Wow. Mikhail Kwiatkowski leads, not only just leads from 12 minutes behind, but he also leads by 2 minutes and 20 seconds to Roglic. I mean, what do we do now? Everything's just turned on its head so much. I mean, we've got to focus on Kwiatkowski. It's not often you get a 2 minutes 20 lead at this stage. Geraint Thomas still 4th, Carapaz 8th. Bernal obviously drops down a little bit. Chris Froome drops down 8 places to 31st. Dennis drops down 10. Ouch. Anybody else who's had a big rise or fall? You can see a few names here who have gone up and down. Malima and Benoot have gone up hugely. Goodness me. Best climber, just look at that. We were 9 points ahead at the start of the stage. De Gent's got to have given up. 48 points is a gap. But again, it's going to be 3 out of 3. He takes the lead of the points classification as well. 8 points ahead of Sagan. Wow. Young riders, Bernal still in 2nd. Still ahead the head of the team classification. And, because why not? Mikhail Kwiatkowski leads 4 classifications. Yellow jersey, polka dot jersey, green jersey, and white and red jersey. Wow. What a stage. What a stage. And to be fair, we've recovered fairly well from that. We took a real battering on that stage, but my God, was it worth it. Next up, thank goodness, it's a flat stage.
The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbours no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely. As we've got the yellow jersey, we'll have to shoulder our responsibilities and set the pace in the peloton. Teams interested in the stage win will have to give us a hand towards the end. We don't have what it takes to be in the final sprint. If we want to make a showing, we'll have to be in the early breakaway. Have a good stage.
Just can't believe that stage. Thank God it's a flat stage next. We're going to stay very much inside the peloton next. Kwiatkowski deserves a break. Absolutely deserves a break. And that's what he's going to get. There's a few climbs today, but what? I mean, 6, 8, 10 points. Is it really worth it? I don't think it is. Not for the expense of the general classification. Our concern with Kwiatkowski before was the climbing and sprinting classifications. Even though we lead the points classification, we have to be honest, I don't think we're going to win that. Climbing, I mean, there's a few points we can give away today, but we're, what, 49 points ahead. It's just not worth it. Today, I think we can... tomorrow, in tomorrow's episode, we can give a little bit away. But we can't get complacent. Just because we lead now, we've still got something to fight for. Well, Bernal's the man that we thought we were going to win the general classification. We've then it changed to Thomas, and now we've got 2 men in the top 4. Anything can happen. I mean, after this, we've got a few big stages, as you can see. And then the last 3 stages is pretty much flat. Time trial. And then the final stage. Well, crazy. Absolutely mad. We are in the home stretch now, but by no means is it over just yet. The first time we lead the general classification, ultimately the most important time to lead the general classification, is after stage 21. But I'll take it after stage 13. I seriously wonder what odds you would have got on that at the end of stage 13. Quite unbelievable. If that doesn't deserve a like, well, I don't know what ever will. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I've been TIJ in Gaming. Remember, I'll be back tomorrow. We've got a week to go. Is there 7 videos? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll probably do the time trial and the last stage in one video, possibly. But 7 or 8 videos, so for the next week at least, you'll have daily Tour de France content. If you like the sound of that, make sure to leave a like down below. Comment your thoughts as well, and subscribe for those daily Tour de France videos. What a stage that was. Thank you very much for your company. If you've stayed till this point, I really appreciate it. And until tomorrow, I will see you guys later. Goodbye for now.